Yo, my Star Citizens and New Gamers. Welcome back to another episode of Star Citizen with me, Mennings. And in today's episode, I'm going to be going through an efficient way of mining. This is for the non-mining players, so this is people that are multi-role playing. And so we hope you like this video, guys. If you do, don't forget to hit that point, so tickle that like button, run the intro. So a little bit of house what to do here, guys. The code dropping down is my code this time. I will use other people's codes again in the future. So if you are subscribed to the channel and you want your code to show, we pick them at random on occasions and show them. So leave your code in the comments and we'll pick one at random again. And it's Alien Week this week. So you get about 2 weeks of free play with alien ships. So use that code and you can create a free account and use that this week. So yeah, don't forget to do that, guys. And the names coming across the bottom are YouTube members. Really appreciate you guys for supporting us. It really means a lot to us, guys. If you want extra goodies like emojis and videos early and stuff like that, then hit that join button on the YouTube. So let's get into this video. What are we doing today? So I'm like a dog with a bone with this one. I am not a player. I'm not a mining player. And I did a couple of videos about how there isn't just really two methods of mining. And I did get a lot of comments explaining other people's sides to it. And I just wanted to clarify my position on this one and then show players of my position this what I call time efficient mining. So for me, I'm a non-mining player. I'm a multi-role player, so I'll do cargo running mainly. I might do some bunkers, I'll do some mining, I'll do some salvage, stuff like that. So for me, because I'm not spending all my time mining, I'm not hanging around the Lagrange areas waiting for mining jobs to be done and just mining. When I finish a mining session, I might not come back to it for a few weeks. So for me, I want to finish that session off before I leave. The other day, I did some of the Dinix methods, which take 24 hours to 26 hours or something like that. And then I went off and did some other gameplay. And then I came on again a day or so later. And I found that I had to go and get my car. I had to fly back to the Lagrange point, get a cargo ship, then get the cargo, and then fly to another Lagrange point that I had, where I'd done some more mining because I was testing out different mining areas, and get that one. And I spent the first hour of my game session just getting my ore to the cargo centres to sell in the cargo places. So not the cargo centres or the distribution centres, but like down on the planet. And so I spent the first hour just selling that ore. So what I'm doing today is for people that are not miners and they're not too bothered about pure profit and want more efficiency with the time. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to do a 2.5 hour mining session, and by the time we finish that 2.5 hour mining session, we would have done 5 mining runs, and all those mining runs will be refined when we come back. 4 of the mining runs will all finish at the same time, and then we'll sell the ore on the last one. We won't refine the last one. So we're going to get 5 loads, and then we can take them all after 2.5 hours and go and sell them. And we don't have to come back to that Lagrange point. We can go and do something else. So this is mainly for those people that are into multi-role playing rather than just mining itself. So let's get into this one, guys. So what we're going to be doing here is I'm going to go out and I'm going to mine. Now this isn't me playing, this is actually Jacky Boy, because I was doing a video where I was teaching him how to mine. Jacky Boy, he's only just started playing Star Citizen again, so this is actually him. And so what I'm going to do is each one generally takes about half an hour, 20 minutes to half an hour, and so we'll be able to do about 5 runs. And what we're going to do is each time we go back, we're going to knock down the refine time by half an hour. So we're going to pick mining methods that are relevant for the time and not the profit. I have made a list of the different methods, and what I'll do is I'll show you when I'm doing them. I'm picking it for the time rather than the amount of yield we'll get. I will try and have a look through them all, and so what I want to do is the first one I need to do around about 2 hours, because if each session is going to be about half an hour, that means we'll be able to get 5 sessions in. And so, and in the 2.5 hours. And so the first one we'll do 2 hours, the second one an hour and a half, the third one an hour, the fourth one half an hour. When we go out for that 5th one, when we come back, that 4th one will just be finishing. And what will happen then is we'll just sell the ore rather than refine it. And so what I'll do is I'll make sure that when I'm picking the method I'm picking the 2 hour one that's going to give the best yield, and so that's what I'll be looking at mainly as well. I won't just blindly pick a 2 hour one. If there's only one 2 hour one there, then I'll pick that. If there's two 2 hour ones, I'll pick the one with the best yield, and so that's what I'll end up doing. And this is more about efficient mining with your time rather than the profit. And what I'll do is at the end I'll take all of it down and I'll show you how much we made with that 2 hours without having to worry about the odd bits or doing the Dinix method or the Ferrum method, which is 8 hours or 24 hours. This is all about just a 2 hour session and having that session finished when we go, and we don't have to go back to that Lagrange point. A couple of days ago I went out mining. I did a couple of Dinix method ones and went off and did some other stuff, and then the next day when I came on I was miles away, so I had to come back with the ship, get the ship, fill the ship up, and then go to another Lagrange point where I was doing some mining, pick up that cargo, and I spent an hour messing around just getting the cargo. I don't want to do that every time I come on, because I'm a multi-role player, so I'm not just about the mining, and so that's why this time I want to do it as based on time and not based on the profit. By doing it based on time, then I know exactly the time I'm going to be mining and that I'm going to be taking that profit home. I'm not going to be worrying about what profit did I leave on the table. I'm going to be more worried about that I'm doing it in the time that I want to do it in, so that I don't have to come back at a later day. So that's what today's one's going to be about. And so what I'm doing is I'm just showing you the mining so you can see for yourself. I'll do one mining session. Well, it's not me doing it, like I said, it's Jack. And then what I'll do is I'll just show you the screens of me doing the mining, the refining methods, and then at the end I will take it all back. The only time I'll show you me mining again is if I come across something like quartz or quantanium. Sorry, if I come across some quantanium, then I'll show you again, or if anything weird happens. But if not, it'll just be me at the screens doing the refine methods and showing you how I'm calculating it for time rather than profit. And then we'll show you what profit we get at the end, and I bet it's not too shabby. So this is Jack, it's first time on here, and to say how thin that green line is, he's done really, really well to keep that line where it is in that green. It's not an easy job to do, but I was instructing him, and I'm going to put that video out where I was instructing him, so that'll be a video for you guys to look forward to. I have also done another video where I'm making $1 million in refining, and in that video I do Dinix methods because it's all about the profit, and I'm not bothered about coming back because I'm going to be doing like 15 loads or something like that. So it's all about over 4 days doing sets of 2.5 hour sessions, and then just doing Dinix methods and just letting that overnight run. And then I'll go back and collect all 15 or something to see if I can make $1 million. So I'll be doing that one as well, and any other videos that pop up while I'm doing these videos, any other videos that might be good to look at. So this is Jack now. What he's doing is he's just scanning each one of these, and what we're going to do, because we've only got 32 SCU spares, we're going to just scan them all first to make sure there's no 100% golds. If there's 100% gold or 99% gold, we'll take that first, and then we'll just work our way backwards for the one that's got the most in it. And the modules I've got the extra L, which helps to filter out some of the inerts and give you a bigger charge window. And I've got the filter module, which gives you 24% extra on filtering out the inert materials as well. And I'm using the Helix 1 mining head. So we're just going to pick up all this gold now, and I'll put a thing in the description of it's the monster mining, the one I use to get my prices, and gold is worth about 7,500 per unit. So if we've got close to 4 units there, well, that'll be 5 with that extra 3.7. That in the hopper at the moment we've got about 30 grand, 30,000 or something like that in that hopper. That's six SCU we've got of gold now. 6 SCU, and once we finish refining that, we may still have 6. We may end up with 5, but still 5 times 7,500. That's still a good profit on that one. But again, like I said, I'm not worried about the profit, more about the time. I want to mine in a set amount of time. I don't want to be worrying about the profit I'm leaving on the table and having to do longer mining methods. And like I said, there is 2 ways. You can do the Dinix method and just wait the 24 hours, or the Ferrin method and wait 8 hours and pay a little bit more. But for me, like I say, it's all about my time, and I'm making sure I finish within a set time and I don't have to come back to that Lagrange point again until I'm ready to do some mining again. It's a different look at it. It's some people, you know, might not like that, but for me, that works for me in the way I like to play the game. When I'm doing a session, I want to finish that session. I don't want to have to wait and go back and collect the goods later. So in here he's going to have Borace, and there's 54%, so there's about 15 Borace in here, so this should fill his hopper right up. And Borace is worth about 3,000 or something like that per unit, 3,500. Yeah, Borace is worth 3,500. So once he cracks this rock, we could be looking at about 15,000, 15 SCU. So 15 SCU is still going to be 35, 40, short of 50,000 maybe for that, plus the gold he's got. I think with the gold he has about 30,000 in gold, so you could be looking at 90 to 100,000 in this run here. So I'll be teaching him. I will put that video out where I'm teaching him to back off his thing and get his distance first before he rolls up the mouse, and then know his distance from that and know his laser power to stabilize that green bit. So again, we're going to scan, or he's going to scan each section, and he's going to pick up the Borace that has any 100%ers in it. Like that one. And so basically we're just going to be doing what you've just seen him do there. We're going to be doing that 5 times altogether. And that will be about a 2.5 hour mining session. And I think we probably could be looking at making about 400,000 maybe. 3.5 to 400,000. And what I'll do is I'll tot up the numbers as well as I'm doing this to show you guys what we spent, on the refining, and then what we earned altogether with the mining, and then I'll minus what we actually spent on the refining, and so calculate it all up. So there we are. He's got 16 brace and 7 quartz. See, even the quartz, if he gets close to 10 quartz, that's still worth 4 grand once you mine it. So what he's going to do now is going to head back to the station, and we're not that far from it, so it doesn't take long. We're just literally around the edges of it. You see the lights there, so it's just follow them lights down and it should be there. And then we'll put on our nav mode and then fly to it. So that's the first one. I say each mining run takes about 20 to 30 minutes. Remember, this is Jacky Boy, so he's quite new to it. I did say to him when he parked, I did say, did you want to park it further away? You know, that's not a long enough run at the moment there, Jack. You could have parked it near the door for me. So if I've got to do the run, you guys are going to have to watch me do the run. Well, I said that he's doing the run, not me. When you come into here, always remember the one you're at. So we're at pad 4 here. When you turn around, you can see it there on the elevator, but when you turn around, look straight out the door and you'll see the pad number as you look up, or when you come in through the door. Always remember the pad number you're on so you don't have to go chasing where your ship is. I've done that many a time. And when you land on a pad, you can't store your ship, you can only reclaim it. Jack lost. I did say to him, literally just straight across. So that's basically the main mining method. I may, if I find some quartz, I may add that into it. If not, then I won't. Obviously, quartz being a big one. If I do get quartz, I probably would just do a Dinix method on the quartz, because you'd lose too much money on it. I think with other things you don't lose as much, but with quartz you would. So let's have a look at the ore sales. What can we get just by selling it itself?
Feel free to take a look around. We got a pretty good selection.
And so he selected the Caterpillar for some reason. Prospector. So we're looking at 41,500 just for the ore there. So we could just sell that 41,500 and not worry about the refine method. So anybody that doesn't have a big cargo ship or a cargo ship, say you've got something that doesn't have cargo, like you bought, one of the ones that don't have the cargo, I think the Mustang or something, if it didn't have cargo. If you haven't got a cargo ship, you can rent a prospector and do this and just sell the ore. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the different methods, and I did write them down, and so I think with this one I will end up picking the Karmic, no, not the Karmic. I'll probably pick the Electro one because that's around 2 hours. I did write these down from when I was doing a video not long back. But you can just go through them and do get a quote and then see what you'd lose without and what you would lose time wise. So I think the Electro one here is going to be a 2 hour one, and we won't lose a lot too much on it. So we're looking at, we're going to lose one 1 gold and we're going to lose 5 brace.
Can I help you?
Let me just have a look at the which one do I want to look at? The ferrum. So if we get a quart on the ferrum, which is one of the better ones, we would lose no gold and we would lose 4 brace. So 4 brace and no gold. So brace we're going to lose, we're going to lose 12,000 and no gold with that. And then the electro one, we're going to lose 1 gold, sorry. So again, we're going to lose 7,000 and then we're going to lose 5 brace. So we're looking at about 15,000. So we're looking at about losing about 20,000-ish. If we did the Ferron one, we'd lose 20,000 and it's the same price as the Ferron. So 2 hours instead of 6 hours, I think it was, or 8 hours, I can't remember. Let me have a look quick.
Can I help you?
So 8 hours. So we're going to save 6 hours basically, but it's going to cost us 20 grand instead of. It's going to cost us another 20 grand on top instead of the Ferron. We would lose. What did I say? That we would probably lose about 5 berets. So we're probably losing about 15 grand, whereas the other one. So it's only 7 grand difference, and we're going to get it 4 hours earlier. So this is the time method that I'm doing. Getting it 6 hours sooner, and it's costing 7 grand more to do it. But like I said, it's all, I don't have to worry then. I don't have to come back in 8 hours. So this is my second run. Like I said, I'll just jump straight to the ore sales or the ore refining. And so this was me. I went out and did a run here, and I got a festanite, bexolite, stuff like that. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do this one based on what my other one was. So whatever time's left on my other one, 1 hour 40 minutes. So I'm looking at anything around 1 hour 40 minutes is the method I'll pick this time. So it could be the gasking, it could be the gasking, or the electro again. So maybe I'll look at the electro this time again, because it might, with the different loads we've got this time in the cat, it might be around the same time. So let's have a look at that, the electro. And we'll just take a festanite. I will take the quartz because that again could be like 4 or 5 grand. So I'll look at the Kazan. I think that's 1 hour 20 minutes, but we're going to lose a lot of bexolite there. We're going to lose 3, maybe 4 bexolite there, and we're going to lose 1 festanite, 2 festanite. So let's have a look at the electro. Get the quart. Going to cost us another 4 grand on top, but we're going to lose 2 bexolite and 2 festanite. So let's have a look at this Kazan one again. We're going to lose 4 or 5. Yeah, we'll lose too much bexolite. So I think it's going to cost 4 grand more. So that one was 4,000. This one's going to be 8,000, I think, to do. Yeah, 8,000. So it's going to cost us 4,000 more, but we will lose less bexolite. We'll get the money back from the bexolite and the festanite. So on this one, we're looking at getting 8 bexolite and 3 festanite. So we're looking at 8 bexolite is going to be close to 70 grand, and then another 6 grand or 7 grand on the festanite. So we're looking at about 70,000, 80,000, I think, with that run. And that's going to finish at the same time as the one before it. So this is my third run I'm on now. Again, like I said, I'm not going to bore you with me going out and mining, because you saw the first one. It's just the same thing. Check the ore sales. What can we sell it for?
Good to have you back.
Like I said, this is good for those that don't have cargo ships. So 31,000. And you're generally looking at about double that when you go to mining it. So we got 1 hour 12, the main one, that's the longest one there. So we're going to be looking at that sort of time. So we could look at the Kaz one here, or we could again look at the Electro.
Can I help you?
I'm just going through my list at the moment, and I think the Electro and the Kaz are around 1.5 hours. But it depends on what you've got, really. I'm just going through my list of the different ones I've got. So I sort of wrote rough times down on them. So the Gaskin is about an hour long. The XCR is about 13 minutes, 15 minutes, something like that. The Ferron is about 6 to 8 hours. Electro is about an hour and a half. The Dynix is 22 hours. The Thermo is about 5-6 hours, and the Kazan is about 1.5 hours. The Pyro is about 3.5 hours, and the Cormec is about 30 minutes. So that's there for you guys, just so you get a thing on it. So I'm looking at the Gaskin, and we're going to pick the Corundum. Again, that's going to be about 3 grand. The Quartz could be about 2 grand, but we won't do that one. The Taranite, again, probably going to be about 35 grand. The Hephaestonite are going to be about 30 grand. And the Beryl, not really a lot there on the Beryl. So I might take the Quartz off and get a quote on the Gaskin. So an hour long, an hour and 2 minutes. It's going to cost 20,000. And we're not going to lose a lot. So let's have a look at the Electro one again. Let's get the quotes. This is going to be 2 hours. I don't want that one because it's going to be an hour over what I want. So I'm going to take the Gaskin. It's going to cost me, it's a high speed, high cost and moderate yield. So we're going to get 8 Corundum. We're going to get 4 Taranite. So 4 Taranite is going to be about 30 grand. It's going to cost us 20 grand to do this method. We're going to get 30 from the Taranite, and then we're going to get about 15 or something from the Beryl, the Hephaestonite. So we're probably going to make about 20,000 maybe on that run.
Management. Thank you.
So this is the 4th run here. Again, we'll do the same. We'll see what the ore is worth.
Welcome back.
So that 20,000, we probably would have been better selling the ore with that one. And so this is 43,000.
Can I help you?
And this one we want to be looking at about half an hour probably. So yeah, there's about 46 minutes left. So anything from around 46 minutes will be enough. So on this one we've got Bexalite, we've got Laranite. So we want to do the Cormec method here, and we want the Bexalite, the Laranite, and the Quartz. The Quartz is going to be worth about 4 grand. The Bexalite is going to be worth about 80,000, depending on what we do. And the Laranite is going to be worth about 20,000-ish. And it's going to cost 10,000. So on that one, we're probably going to earn about...
We just got a few new items in. So.
Let's have a look. Bexalite 6, so that's going to be 40,000. So probably about 50,000-60,000 we'll earn on that one. And so what I'm going to do is I've just been out on the 5th run, the final one, and this time we're just going to sell the ore on this one. So the ore is worth 27,000. Now I'm going to go through this one and show you. If I was to do, say, like a 15-minute one, which I think is the Kazan one here, or the XCR, no, the XCR. So the XCR is going to be about 15 minutes, but it's going to cost 17,000, and the yield we'll get back is just going to be the Hephaestonite here, which is going to be probably about 25,000. So we're probably looking at 37,000. We'd actually lose money if we didn't just sell the ore. We'd actually lose money on it, because it's going to cost us 17,000 and we're only going to just about make that back. Sorry, so we're not going to lose money, but we'll just make, it's just actually we're going to make more profit by just selling the ore rather than waiting the 15 minutes. So that's what I'll do. I'll sell the ore on this one. Oh, on the wrong machine. And so on this one, we're just going to sell the ore, 27,000. So it's 27,000 profit, 27,858. So that's the profit, straight up. And we'll sell that. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab the other 4 loads and we'll go down and sell those. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that now. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pick up these loads. So while I'm picking these up, we spent 49,167, so just short of 50,000 to refine all that, and we've already made back 27, so we're only down about 30,000, no, 20,000, 22,000 at the moment. So we're down 22,000, and let's see what we get from all this afterwards. So we've got to make up that 22,000 that we spent, and then whatever it is we get. So I'm going to select my Taurus here because my Caterpillar has a load in it already for the million one that I'm making. And so let's collect all this. So it's going to be 4 loads, and I've already sold a load as well for 27,000. So what I'll do is when I get to the place where I'm selling it, I'll show you what my amount I've got is. Well, actually, no, we can work it out. Whatever I sell it for minus the... Whatever I sell it for plus the profit from the ore minus the cost. That's what I'll do at the end. Now, this is why I wanted to finish the session here and do it, because once I've done this and gone and sold it, I can get off and do other stuff. I can go either to the bunkers, I can go to the distribution centres and do some package handling, or I can do some cargo running, or whatever it is I want to do. I can just do other things. And so for me, that's why I just don't want to have to come back. And so hopefully the profit is enough. We'll see. Like I said, it was a 2.5 hour session. The normal rule of thumb is you generally earn about 100,000 per hour in most things you do. You can earn about 100,000 an hour in most things you do. So there's the cargo all on the ship. So as long as we earn over 200,000, 250,000 or something like that profit at the end, we're sort of in line with what that is. The difference is it all depends on the type of cargo you get. When I'm doing the million one, I do have I think 2 or 3 rocks where I've got some quantanium in them. And so I think there's 1 rock that I pick up and it's worth over 150,000 just in what I got in quantanium. And so you do pick up those ones at some point. It's all the pot luck basically. Well, it's not pot luck, you can look at the numbers and stuff like that, but generally it's going to be pot luck what's in them rocks. And so that's what, you know, whatever we earn, that's going to be just on the luck of what I earned or what rocks I found in that 2.5 hours. And yes, we could probably have made a little bit more. Say we spent 4,000 on each one, we would have saved 6, 14, so 20, 24, 20, 30,000. We could have maybe saved 30,000 by doing the Dinix method. So I think the Dinix method cost about 4,000 to do it. I think we've lost around 30,000 just in cost than not doing the Dinix one. In what we've paid to refine. I'm not talking about lost cargo here. Lost cargo wise, I don't know how much we've lost. We could have lost probably about, again, 20 to 30,000. So we may have lost 50,000 altogether in that run by doing the time method rather than the profit method. The profit method is going to be 26 hours from when, around 22 to 26 hours from when you do your final load. So if you did a 2.5 hour run, on that last run that you do, you're going to be waiting about 22 to 26 hours before you can then pick all that up. So it's not really time efficient. Like you can go off and do other things, but then you're probably going to spend another hour coming back to get it and go on selling it and all that stuff. And then also at that point, if there is a wipe, then you may end up losing that as well. And not even just a wipe, if there's just an update. Doesn't even have to be a wipe, I don't think. I just think it's just maybe even just an update, you could lose it. So that's the things we're sort of looking for. So we're over at New Babbage, that's where we're going to head out. We're going to see what we sell all of this for. Get the total of profit in the end. All these ships here, it's crazy. So this is the fun part, they're making the money. Excuse me, guys. Running through. There used to be a guy stood there with shorts on. He was there for months. Here we are over at the terminals. And let's see what we got. So money-wise, I've got 654,000. So let's sell all this. The beret, so 41,000. I say as long as we're in line to make at least 200,000, then we're in line with making the 100,000 an hour, which is the normal. You got to remember as well, when we do refine, if it says 102, that means it's gonna be 1 SCU 0.2, but it will end up giving you 2 SCU. So always remember that as well. Lauren. Accept that. So my final, I'll just have a quick look here. My final profit, or my final number in my what I've got now is, let's have a look. Right, yeah. 946,968. So we made, we made 320,000 with the goods sold, 320,624 plus the 27,000. And now if we minus away we made altogether there, selling all of that, 348,000. So we made about 300,000 profit in the end. So that's not a bad run, 300,000 profit after the cost for a 2.5 hour run. So yeah, that's really, really good. So that's a time efficient method for me. 2 hours play, and I don't want to mine again for a couple of days or whatever, or a week or whatever. I don't want to have to go visiting the Lagrange points. That is what I do. I don't care about what I'm leaving on the table and what I'm spending doing it, as long as it's not stupid. And like the last load, it was a 15-minute one, was actually I was gonna actually lose money. I'd make a lot more, I think 10,000 more by actually selling the ore itself. So that's what we earned there, about 300,000 after costs, and that's not a bad run for 2.5 hours. So that's a really good one. Like I said, I am making a video at the moment which is making $1 million through mining, and on that one I do use the Dinix method most of the time. And I think at the end, if there's 2 hours left at the end, I'll probably do this method just at the last last five loads that I do, so then it all finishes at the same time, and then I'll go and sell all that. So yeah, I really enjoyed that one, guys. Hope you guys did too. Yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it, guys. We'll see you guys out in the verse.